Hello, everybody. My name is Coach Maddie. I am your weight loss expert, and today I'm going to be sharing some tips and tricks with you about how to lose weight faster and longer and more sustainably. So, yesterday I was talking to one of our fit queens. We were on a coaching call, and she was having a rough day. Actually, she's probably having a rough couple weeks. Just lots had gone down. Emotionally, she's drained. Mentally, she's drained. And she's kind of losing motivation. And she didn't know why she was dragging her feet. And she was getting really worried because this fit queen in particular had already lost 80 pounds. And she's like, I don't want to go back. I don't want to backtrack. I don't want to go back into my old ways. And how she was feeling was kind of like her old self when she was over 200 pounds. So I stopped her because she was kind of going on a tangent and she was getting worried and working herself up. I said, hold on. Before you started your weight loss journey, if I were to ask you, how do you think your journey is going to go? What would you say? And she said, well, I assume it will be full of ups and downs and it will look like this, like a wave, highs and lows and everything in between. I'm like, absolutely. You're absolutely correct. You're a smart woman. You knew that before you even started. And then I said, what if there's nothing going on right now except you're just in one of those waves, in one of those lows? And she paused and she thought, and she's like, oh yeah, I felt like this before. I've been like this before. I just needed a reminder. Sometimes things are never as bad as they seem. Sometimes things are just happening and we don't need to know the reason and we don't need to rack our brains about why or how to stop it next time or what is something we need to do to protect ourselves. Sometimes it's just as simple as keep going. Sometimes it's not about analyzing everything and how can we be better and stronger and faster next time. Maybe it's just recognizing, oh no, this is a natural part of the journey. I am in the journey. And if I just keep going, I will come out of this like I have before. And just use your past as an example, right? Have you had lows before? Absolutely. Have you had highs before? Absolutely. And after every low, is there a high? You got it. That's life. It's an ebb and it's a flow. It's a high and it's a low. It's a start and a go. I rhymed. But you get my point here. And so what we were able to do, because she voiced her concerns, she didn't keep them in her head, which is mistake number one, because you get them outside of your head. You say them out loud. You have to collect your thoughts better in order to form sentences, right? So now you've collected all these emotions into thoughts, super productive. Then you said it out loud so you can hear it instead of let it float around in your mind. Super productive again. And then you're telling somebody else, somebody qualified, coach, so that you actually get a second opinion. You get an unbiased opinion of what's going on. And so if you follow steps like that every time you perceive an emotion or a thing or an experience or a phase or a situation as negative or damaging or concerning, if you go through those steps, you're going to get a better, more clear view of what's actually going on. Because as women, we are masters of overthinking and dramatizing things, right? We get really dramatic. We make big deals out of things. And sometimes that's justified and sometimes it's actually hurting us. And so when it comes to weight loss, it's usually hurting us. Because at the end of the day, the only answer is, I got to get up and keep going. I got to get up and keep going. I got to get up and keep trying. That's really the only answer to every problem you're going to run into along your weight loss journey, right? Once you find the thing that works, then it's just, how do I keep working the thing that works, right? It's not, how do I change a million things and try the next new fad diet and try this new app and this new that. It's just, how can I get up and keep going? Because time heals everything. Time heals everything. And the only thing between you and healing, or you and getting back on track, or you and feeling motivated again, is how can we speed up that time? And it's just by doing. It's not by thinking. Thinking is going to keep us in a rut. It's going to keep us in our emotions for longer. And the longer we are in our emotions, the less likely we are to make logical, rational, aggressive decisions. Good aggressive decisions, right? Like big action decisions, not little decisions. Big action decisions that are going to get you back on track, make you feel better, and slowly push away those negative emotions or those negative thoughts, especially the thought of, I'm afraid to go back. I'm afraid to go back. I'm afraid I'm never going to reach my goal. Thinking about having those thoughts and acknowledging those thoughts is one of the worst things that you can do, right? Realize that they're there, but also realize that they're normal. And even Olympic athletes, even, A-list celebrities, people the highest of the high, billionaires, they still have those thoughts. They think that they're a sham, they're an imposter, that it's all going to go away one day, that they can't do it. We all feel the same things there. And it's not that there's less fear in those people, it's that there's more bravery in those people. So don't focus on the fear. Don't focus on getting rid of them. Focus on how can I improve the positive in my life? How can I just keep acting and just put in time to get through this? There's no magical pill or magical solution that will snap you out of a rut. It is just that you have to realize that the rut is not so bad, even though it feels detrimental or world ending, and you just take a step forward and you keep going, whatever that looks like, whatever that crawl or sprint looks like. And so by the end of this coaching call I had with this fit queen, who was, really worried about not having her motivation at the time, by the end of it, she was like, okay, I can relax. I can embrace it. I'm not always rushing to the next phase of my journey. I'm present in my current phase, because you cannot experience love without hate. You can't experience happiness without sadness. These emotions that we perceive as negative aren't negative. They're beautiful because they allow us to experience the beautiful ones we want more intensely. And we can appreciate true happiness and joy and bliss because we know what it's like to feel lost and overwhelmed and anxious. We wouldn't have such a drastic comparison of, oh yes, this is what I'm going for and this is what I'm staying away from. It's beautiful. And so the fit queen, she left the call rejuvenated and calm and clear. She knew exactly what she needed to do going forward, and it was exactly what she was already doing. She just needed reassurance that there's nothing you need to change. There's nothing that you've done wrong. There's nothing that's about to happen that's going to completely blindside you and throw you off track. It is a natural part of your journey to plateau, to worry, to get anxious, to get overwhelmed, to think we need to change. But in that moment, it is just, we're in the low of our journey, right? Waiting for a high, and the high will come over time. So buckle your seatbelt, be patient, and just keep doing. Stop thinking.